Mass Effect is one of the most beloved sci-fi RPG franchises ever created, blending cinematic storytelling, memorable companions, and galaxy-spanning choices into one sweeping space opera. If you finish playing this one and are hunting for something that delivers squad dynamics, meaningful relationships, and galaxy-shaping choices, you're in the right place. We've combed through the archives to bring you 10 standout games that capture the same tone, mechanics, and sense of challenge. As always, do let us know your favourites in the comments and which ones you've played. So without further ado, let's start the countdown. Dragon Age Origins is a classic party-based RPG built around meaningful choices, political intrigue, and morally complex storytelling. Set in the dark fantasy world of Thedas, it places players at the centre of a looming crisis while giving considerable freedom in how you approach both story and combat. Combat itself leans towards a more traditional tactical style with pause and play mechanics that reward careful positioning and ability management. Party composition certainly matters, and different character builds can significantly alter how encounters unfold. Alongside this, the game offers a wide range of dialogue options and branching paths that influence both major plot points and personal relationships. Origins is especially compelling in its willingness to embrace moral ambiguity. Few decisions here are clean cut, and many carry long-term consequences that linger beyond individual quests. Backed by strong world building and memorable companions, Dragon Age Origins is another solid choice. Set thousands of years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is a classic role-playing game, throwing you right into the heart of a time when Jedi and Sith dominated the galaxy. Built around player choice and party-based storytelling, it places you at the centre of an epic conflict that gradually unfolds through dialogue, exploration, and character development. Now, your goal is to assemble a team of diverse companions, customizing their abilities, and wielding a wide range of force powers and combat styles along the way. While the combat system does feel a bit dated by modern standards, it remains functional and surprisingly tactical once you adjust to its rhythm. Our dialogue choices and moral decisions play a major role here too, shaping both relationships and story outcomes. Now, what continues to elevate KOTOR is the strength of its writing and narrative design. Its characters are memorable, twists are certainly well earned, and its sense of scale remains impressive even today. For players who value story-driven RPGs with meaningful choices, this one remains one of the most influential games in the genre. Guardians of the Galaxy is a cinematic action-adventure that places players in control of Star-Lord as he leads his unpredictable team across a galaxy on the brink of catastrophe. Rather than offering a sandbox experience, Marvel's game delivers a tightly written, story-focused journey built around character interaction and team dynamics. Now, combat is fast-paced and ability-driven, with players issuing commands to teammates while managing Star-Lord's own elemental attacks and mobility. The real strength here, though, lies in the squad banter and character relationships. Dialogue choices influence how the team perceive you, shaping small but meaningful interactions throughout the campaign. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy really shines though when it comes to the writing. Humour feels natural, the emotional beats land effectively, and a sense of camaraderie grows steadily as the story unfolds. While more linear than many RPGs out there, it certainly captures the feeling of leading a dysfunctional but loyal crew through high-stakes situations to perfection. Tyranny is a story-driven role-playing game that immediately sets itself apart through its unusual premise. Rather than rising up against an evil empire, players here begin as an enforcer within a regime that has already conquered the world. Cast as an agent of the tyrant Kairos, you're tasked with interpreting and enforcing the law in a land still recovering from war. A choice sits at the heart of the experience, with decisions shaping political alliances, regional outcomes, and companion relationships. Dialogue, reputation systems, and even branching quest lines all work together to create genuinely divergent story paths. Companions are distinctive and ideologically driven, often challenging your authority and forcing you to confront the consequences of your rulings. What makes Tyranny especially compelling though is its exploration of power and morality. Few RPGs place players in such a morally complex position like this one, where doing good is rarely straightforward. Smartly written, consistently reactive, and refreshingly unconventional, this one offers a thoughtful twist on traditional fantasy role-playing. Baldur's Gate 3 is a sprawling, choice-driven RPG set in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Built around party dynamics and reactive storytelling, It places players at the centre of a growing crisis involving mind flayers, divine forces, and a looming war that threatens the Forgotten Realms. Character customization is extensive here, offering multiple races, classes, and fully developed origin characters with their own personal arcs. Our combat follows the D&D 5e rule set, using turn-based initiative, advantage and disadvantage mechanics, along with environmental interactions that reward tactical thinking. Party composition plays a major role in how you play through this one, with companions reacting dynamically to decisions and forming bonds or rivalries based on your choices. In Baldur's Gate 3, relationships certainly feel earned, narrative branches carry real weight, and even smaller decisions with the dialogue can ripple across the wider story. Expansive and highly replayable, this one stands out as one of the most fully realised modern RPG experiences on the market. The Outer Worlds is a first-person sci-fi RPG set in the corporate-controlled Halcyon colony at the edge of the galaxy. Cast as a colonist awakened decades after your intended arrival, you're quickly drawn into a political struggle between competing factions, each with their own agendas and vision for the colony's future. Our dialogue and character building sit at the heart of the experience here, and while it's not quite as deep as Fallout New Vegas, a flexible skill system allows players to approach situations through persuasion, deception, combat, or stealth. There's also an optional floor mechanic that adds an interesting twist to progression, offering permanent debuffs in exchange for additional perks. Now, companions can join your crew throughout the journey, each bringing unique abilities and personal missions that shape combat and narrative moments. While the combat itself is very straightforward, the strength of the Outer Worlds lies in its writing and player agency. Now, faction choices influence regional outcomes, conversations branch meaningfully, and the tone balances satire with genuine political tension. This one is well worth checking out. GreedFall is a narrative-focused RPG set on a remote island rich with magic, political tension, and compelling colonial factions. As a diplomat representing a foreign power, players navigate a world shaped by intrigue, cultural conflict, and shifting alliances. A quest can be resolved in multiple ways, whether through combat, diplomacy, deception, or stealth. Now, companion relationships and faction reputations evolve based on these decisions too, influencing both story progression and character interactions. Customization is flexible, allowing you to specialize in magic, melee combat, firearms, or a hybrid approach to them all as you explore the island's diverse regions. Now, while a bit clunky at times, GreedFall stands out for its ambition and strong sense of political world-building. The emphasis on choice, faction dynamics, and moral compromise gives it a distinct identity within the genre. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a stylish, character-driven RPG set in a haunting world inspired by French architecture and culture. Inside this world, each year the mysterious paintress awakens to inscribe a number upon her monolith, and everyone older than that number fades from existence. With a count descending towards 33, one final expedition sets out to end the cycle once and for all. As you set out on your journey, combat blends traditional turn-based structure with real-time mechanics. Players can dodge, parry, counter, and chain attacks manually, adding a kind of rhythm game experience along with precision to each encounter. The character builds are undeniably flexible, allowing for tailored skill paths, gear combinations, and party synergies that reward thoughtful experimentation. Exploration here is equally striking, with surreal landscapes, hidden quests, and companion-driven progression woven throughout the journey. Now, what makes Expedition 33 stand out though is its emotional core. Relationships between characters evolve naturally, with some excellent cutscenes and a great script throughout, giving weight to both combat and story decisions. Backed by strong art direction and a sweeping soundtrack, Expedition 33 delivers a focused yet ambitious RPG experience. Alpha Protocol is an espionage thriller that places players in the role of Michael Thornton, a government agent forced to operate outside official channels. Framed as a globe-trotting thriller, Alpha Protocol blends spy fiction influences with branching narrative design, allowing players to shape Thornton's personality and allegiances through dialogue and mission choices. And the game's standout feature is that of its reactive structure. Conversations unfold in real time, with time-based responses influencing relationships and future outcomes. The mission order can alter character interactions across different regions too, and decisions often carry unexpected consequences later in the campaign. A combat encourages specialization in that respect, rewarding players who invest carefully in specific skill trees rather than spreading points too thinly. While a bit rough around the edges and visually dated by today's standards, Alpha Protocol remains one of the more daring RPGs of its era. Its writing can be uneven, no doubt, and some systems do still feel clunky, but the sheer ambition of its branching narrative gives it a unique identity. Flawed yet fascinating, this one stands out as a distinctive take on choice-driven role-playing. Marvel's Midnight Suns is a tactical, character-driven RPG set within the darker corners of the Marvel universe. The players step into the role of the Hunter here, a fully customizable original hero resurrected to confront Lilith and the ancient threat of Kuthon. Joining you in this crusade are legendary figures from the Avengers, X-Men and other Marvel teams, uniting to take out this growing supernatural crisis. Our combat blends turn-based tactics with a card-based ability system, rewarding careful positioning, environmental awareness and team synergy. Rather than relying on pure reflex, encounters are built around strategic planning and clever ability combinations. Now, between missions, players return to the Abbey, which serves as both headquarters and a social space where you can deepen friendships through conversations, training sessions and optional activities. These, in turn, unlock new abilities and combat advantages. In fact, Midnight Suns really leans heavily into its relationship building. Bonds with individual heroes can evolve over time, influencing both narrative developments and battlefield effectiveness. While its card-driven combat system may not appeal to everyone, the combination of tactical depth and companion-focused storytelling gives this one a very distinct identity. So there we have it, 10 games to keep you busy after finishing the Mass Effect trilogy. So what did you think of our picks? Do you agree? Are there any notable omissions? Or do you think we're way off the mark? Either way, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.